Today we're going to read Romeosaurus and Juliet Rex by Mo O'Hara, illustrated by Andrew Joyner. Looks so cute. Look at all those. Ne'er a tale made a child laugh more than Juliet Rex and her Romeosaur. Once upon a time, 150 million years ago, two families, both alike in lizardness, lived in the swampland of Verona. Romeosaurus's family were herbivores. Yay! Ferns for dinner! Delicious! Yummy, yummy! Yay! Juliet Rex's family were carnivores. Yay! Herbivores for dinner! Yay! Yum, yum! Oh no, they're going to catch them and eat them. Ah, don't eat us! Ah! Yum, num, num, num. Run! Run for your life! You can see why the families didn't really get along. Hurry, get him, eat him, yum, yum, yum. Look, he's hiding in a tree. Run, run as fast as you can. One day, Juliet Rex was stomping through the swampland on her way to the dinosaur ball. Do my arms look small in this? She asked her nanny, Nurse-a-Dactyl. Of course, dear, Nurse-a-Dactyl answered.
I can feel my heart go boom, boom.
Meanwhile, Romeosaurus was clomping along with his friend Mercutio Tops on his way to crash the ball. Now, usually when a Stegosaurus and a Triceratops crash a ball, you would know it, but this time they went in disguise because it was a masked ball for carnivores only. Ooh, they're crashing the masked ball. The carnivores really know how to throw a party, and Juliet Rex was waving her tiny arms in the air like she just didn't care when she spotted a dinosaur who she had never seen before. Look at her tiny arms. She's waving them in the air like she just don't care. Look at all these jamming people. Well, dinosaurs. They're partying it up, partying it up. He swished his tail at her to say hello. She thumped her tail back to say hi. I might be casually waving hi, or I might just be swatting a prehistoric bug. Your call. There's her tail thumping. Thump, thump. There's a bug. Is she trying to get the bug's attention or his attention? Let's see. Romeosaurus went over and the two dinos danced. They giggled, they talked, they played, and they started to become friends. Do you want to get something to eat? Juliet Rex asked as she led Romeosaurus over to the buffet. Auntie Gladys? Romeosaurus gulped. Oh no. They're going to eat her for dinner. He's like, oh yeah, give me some of that. Romeosaurus rushed to help Auntie Gladys off the buffet table and take the apple out of her mouth. Wait, you're a herbivore? Juliet Rex asked, taking off Romeosaurus's mask. And you're a carnivore? Just then, a fight broke out at the dinosaur ball. Apparently, Mercutio Tops had poked Juliet Rex's cousin Tybalt Rex with his horns while dancing. You'd better go, Juliet Rex said, sneaking Romeosaurus out during the commotion. Will I see you again? Romeosaurus looked back and smiled. Oh yeah, baby. That night, Juliet Rex looked out from her cliff-top balcony. Romeosaurus, Romeosaurus, wherefore art thou, Romeosaurus? Psst, down here, Romeosaurus answered. Stegosauruses aren't very good at climbing. It's the tail, really, and the weight, and the complete lack of claws to grip anything. And there's a stone ramp over there, Juliet Rex interrupted. Oh, thanks. Once again, they giggled and played and talked and laughed, and they became true friends. My family would never want me to be friends with you, Juliet Rex said. I mean, I could never invite you over for dinner. You would be the main course. Well, my family wouldn't like it either, especially Auntie Gladys, Romeosaurus said, sighing. Oh, then what can we do? Juliet Rex wondered. When Nurse Dactyl woke the next morning, she found that Juliet Rex's bed had not been slept in, and she found a note. A herbivore is my true friend, so off I go to Swampland's End. Uh-oh. Nurse Dactyl flew down to the herbivore's home and tapped her talon on the door. Auntie Gladys answered. Ah! She screamed and then fainted. And there she lays. Blah. Mercutio Tops pulled Auntie Gladys out of the way. Nurse Dactyl showed him Juliet Rex's note, and he showed her the note Romeosaurus had left for him. You have always been a friend to me, but a carnivore has set my heart free. Nurse Dactyl made a face. They're not very good at poetry, but they do seem to care a lot about each other, even though they're different. They have bad poetry in common, I guess, Mercutio Tops said. We need to find them. They're headed for the tar pits. And that's dangerous for any dinosaur, herbivore or carnivore. Nurse Dactyl flapped her wings. Let's go. And carried Mercutio Tops above the swampland until they reached the tar pits. They could see some things floating on the tar. It was Romeosaurus's feathered hat and Juliet Rex's backpack. Oh no. We're too late, shrieked Nurse Dactyl. We should have let them be friends, Mercutio Tops cried. You're right, Nurse Dactyl sobbed. Then maybe they'd both still be here. Ugh. But we are here, Juliet Rex said as she and Romeosaurus came out from behind a boulder. My little dino, Nurse Dactyl gathered Juliet Rex in for a wingy hug. Mercutio Tops spluttered, but your hat, the backpack. We were just looking for a big stick to fish them out when you both showed up, Romeosaurus said. So, can we be friends? Juliet asked. And just to be clear, carnivore friends don't eat other friends, right? Romeosaurus added. I could never eat a true friend of my darling Juliet Rex, Nurse Dactyl said. Then she whispered to Romeosaurus, but if you break her heart, you're in a sandwich by lunchtime. You got it? So it's a deal. Carnivores and herbivores will be friends, Mercutio Tops said, and they all shook hands on it. Well, except for Juliet Rex, as hers wouldn't reach. But she nodded in agreement. She's not shaking hands. And they lived happily ever after. Look at them all. They're all having fun together. Oh, look. Baby herbivore chasing baby carnivore. Ha ha. Look, they're knitting together. They're playing a game. Yep, I think they're all friends. Until... Oh no, what happened? Here. That big fiery ball in the sky. The end.